Have you ever felt overwhelmed when designing a room? How do you know that the decor pieces that you choose or pick or buy will actually go together? Do we always need a color scheme? Can you actually do a room makeover on a budget? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then keep watching this video. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. For the best advice on interior design, DIYs, minimalism, mindfulness, and spirituality, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and hit the notification button as well so you get notified every time I post a video. I post a video every Wednesday. In this video, I will show you step by step how to actually plan a room layout without being overwhelmed with the abundance of choices of things out there that you can add to your room, or being underwhelmed with not many choices of things that you can actually buy out there to add to your room, depending on how your outlook is on the outside. This video will show you everything you need to know to design a room layout just like a professional from scratch. And you don't need to have an interior design degree or a certificate. I took an interior design course because I wanted to understand the basics of the elements that you need or the things that you need to think of. But lucky you can do the smart thing and just watch this video. Now, without wasting any more time, let's get started. Step number one, pick an inspiration. You need to pick an inspiration to get a feel of what actually your theme or what is the kind of designs that you are drawn to. I like to use Pinterest. It's my favorite place to go for inspiration, but I also like to keep a lot of hardcover books with me, books that I buy in store that have got really nice images. They allow me to absorb into the images and I get a feel of why the person who picked that interior design picked the things or the look that they did, and it allows me to get a feel of their perspective. Now with Pinterest, it's really easy. Sometimes I get images from Google Images even, or sometimes I even use Instagram, but my favorite is if I do it online, I do it on Pinterest. On Pinterest, it's really easy. All you do is pick your images and then save them either on a board that you already have or create a new board for yourself. It's really easy. Once you've created all your images, just go over them and get a feel of what kind of design do you actually like. In Pinterest, you can pick out with the exact names that if you know the kind of theme, like you want modern bohemian or minimalist look, or you want on a budget, you can pick and match use your keywords to pick images that speak more to you, that are more relevant to you. Now don't worry in the beginning when the images that you pick don't actually match each other. You could have like a bohemian design or you could like a minimal design. It doesn't have to go together. It doesn't have to make any sense at this point. All you want to do is get all those images in the one place together. As for myself, my living room is 3 different themes. Number 1, it's minimal. Number 2, it's mid-century modern. I'm not so much of a mid-century modern person, but I do like minimalism and I do like the mismatch of items. Not so bohemian, just very unintentional kind of look. Like I didn't make any effort and it just all came together somehow magically. So I go for, I'll say that's bohemian, minimalism, and mid-century modern. Some people might like 2 types of design. They might like bohemian design, but at the same time, they like minimal design. Easy. So what you've got there is your theme should be minimal bohemian. So in essence, they should look somewhat bohemian with some nice essence, some really nice fabric from different countries, exotic pieces. But at the same time, you don't need to overfill the space because it's minimal. So you need things that are little and that you can see through. Maybe the minimalism concept can come through the wall colors, for instance. Whatever it is, don't get overwhelmed or underwhelmed by all the choices. Put them together in your board, and at this stage you are just getting a feel of what it is that you actually like. Tip number 2, create a mood board. Now this is where from all those images that you have, or from the very few images that you have, you need at least 8 to 10 images in total to sort of get the actual pieces that you need. So remove photographs that don't actually speak to you in your final room. Like think about the room, your space that you want to create, right? If it is a bedroom, think about your bedroom and think about all the images that you now have on your Pinterest board and really hone in on the pictures that really speak to you, that you really want to see in your bedroom. Bedside table for the bed, for the bedding maybe, for the curtains, whatever it is that you like in your images that you've picked. Pick those images specifically for the items that you would actually like to see in your bedroom. As I said earlier, it doesn't matter if the things that you pick you think don't actually go together. Right now we're just picking out your inspiration. It's still at the inspiration phase. It's not really a final look. And as I said, my living room comes from 3 different types of looks, but that's okay. To me, in my eyes, it comes together really well. Now it needs to go together really well in your eyes too. As we go on through this video, you'll see how to put it together to make sure that it actually works in your space. Of course, if you actually saw an image on Pinterest that you actually like so much and you want to create your space to be exactly like that, then hey, by all means go for it. Easy for you, you've already got everything you need. But will it stay under budget? Will you get the exact same things or things that look almost the same to get that feel of it? In other words, it's always easier to make over a room with you being consciously present to make that room space over, instead of just blindly following what someone else has done, because it might not speak to you. You'll see what I mean when we go on with this video. Let me know in the comments below, how many themes are you drawn to? Do you have more than 2 just like I do? Tip number 3 is know how you live. This, my friends, is so important. So important. You need to know how you live. For instance, every time you walk in the door, if you find that you always chuck your keys and your mail at a certain place on a table or a kitchen table or wherever you place it, then maybe you need like a box for that area so you can hold your keys and your mail too. That makes perfect sense because that's how you use that living space. In my case, when we first moved into our current space, my kids were literally throwing their socks all over the house, including my husband. I don't know why they do this. So I tried to get them to put it together at one place, and then after much talking to them and complaining about having to go around the house to pick up their socks, they tended to chuck it around the entrance area. They found it easier to just remove their shoes, put it in the shoe cupboard, and then remove their socks and chuck it right there. So what did I do? I got a really nice basket, well, simple basket, put it in the corner so they can chuck their socks in there. This makes it really easy. The place looks neat and tidy, and it's a win-win situation for everyone. Now, this brings me to tip number 4, create the final look. For this step, you can actually do it on a Microsoft PowerPoint if you're using an Android tablet or a PC. You can also use Keynote for MacBook or iPad, or you can go online and use Canva Pro. I use Canva Pro sometimes. It's really easy. What I do is I take an image of something that I like. For instance, I like tables or chairs from a certain store. I take these images, I put it on Canva Pro, and I blur the background. Now what I have is a plain piece of chair. So when I put my pieces together, I can actually see how it would actually come out in the final room or the final space. This way, you get to play with the items that you want to put together. For instance, when we spoke about the stack of books as a bedside table, put that next to a bed that you actually like and see how it looks. If you think it looks really terrible together, then go back to your inspiration board and pick something else that might work in that space. Keep playing around with this image or this final look until you've got something that's cohesive to you in your eyes and that you're really happy with it. Because at the end of the day, you're not making anyone else happy, you're making yourself happy because you are using this space with your family or with your friends or just alone. What if the image that you want is actually not there or you can't actually find it easy? So for instance, I've got a couch. I'm doing a Zen Room makeover and I have a couch, a love seat that's already in my TV room that I want to use for this space. But the sofa that I have is in grey color. I want to upholster the sofa, but I can't find an image of an upholstered sofa in that exact sofa style or that exact fabric, right? So instead, I take a picture of a fabric sofa, a floral fabric sofa that sort of matches the lines of my sofa that I have. I put it there and then I take an image of the fabric that I think I might buy from the store. So there are plenty of different fabrics that I played around with and finally came up with this fabric that I think would tie the look together, or it's just something that when I look at it in the space, it speaks to me and it makes me feel like I could be relaxing in this room. Zen Room, right? I'm creating a Zen Room. So a Zen Room to me might be a space where you would like to work in, but not necessarily be a place where you would like to meditate in. So it depends on how you want to use that space. I want to use this space as a Zen Room to meditate, to read my books, and where I can just relax and see my kids play in the backyard. Now with the same formula, you could use this to sort of look at how different colors and different wallpaper would change a room. Now, although this process can be very time consuming, it is so rewarding because it allows you to see your pieces together and imagine if they would actually come together, and without spending any money. Really, it's free. Why wouldn't you do that? Tip number 5, shop before you buy. No, I'm not talking about one of those fancy schemes that shops come up with now where you pay for the piece of furniture in installment and you take home the furniture now. We're not doing that. In this process, this is another process where you need to take your time with. You need to spend the time to shop online, shop in stores, go thrift shopping, look at your mood board, take your final look with you, your final mood board look that you've created, take it along with you and make sure that the pieces that you look at kind of look similar to what you want in your final room or exactly the same in your final room, and note down the price, and then go around and look for other pieces that could could replace the item that you have in your picture, and note down each and every single price. Don't be fooled by those sales and like last piece left, or well, actually they say it's the last piece left, then it probably is the last piece left, but don't be fooled by sale prices, or when they say it's the sale ends this Sunday. There are always sales coming up. There are always furniture stores waiting or wanting to get rid of their items because they're closing down or moving stores, and they just don't want to spend that much money to move all their pieces of furniture there, so that sometimes they let go of their furniture prices for a really good deal. So jump in for deals, take your time, shop until you finally decide to buy in order to stick within your budget. Also, keep in mind that when you're buying a new piece of furniture like a bed or a sofa set, these things can take anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks to actually arrive to you. So unless of course the store actually has an item that they're actually storing in the back at their warehouse, but usually these things do take time. So never rush a makeover process. Give yourself at least 8 weeks to 3 months even when you're decorating your space. Unless if you're like really in a hurry and want to decorate a piece really fast, then you could pick up the piece on display, or you could go thrifting. Remember, there's no rush in making over your space. You are not doing this for anyone else. You are doing it for yourself because you are the one living in that space. It doesn't matter when other people come to your house and they go like, oh my god, you have no furniture, where am I gonna sit? Oh, let's just all sit on the floor. And this brings me to the end of this video. Do follow me on Instagram and tag me if you do a room makeover. I would love to see what you created. If you did like this video, do hit the like button below and share it with your friends and family. Hit the subscribe and notification button below as well so that you get notified every time I post a new video. With that said, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye!